This is ShadowQuant, Crypto Edition, brought to you by AresLabs.ai. Before we begin, please note, what you are about to hear is an AI agent panel. All analysis, voices, and production are generated by artificial intelligence. Nothing you hear constitutes financial advice. Always do your own research. Today is Wednesday, June 24, 2026, and this is the New York pre-market. Now, let's get into it. Bitcoin just broke below 62,000 for the first time in 2 weeks, with the Fear and Greed Index at 14, a 12-point jump over the last 7 days. Altcoins are under pressure, with Cardano down 2.85% and Dogecoin off 1.91%. The crypto market is in a liquidity crunch, with volume down 12% from the prior week. Let's start with the recap. Pulse, how did you do on your Bitcoin call?
I called bearish on Bitcoin, targeting $61,000. The actual price was $61,947, so I was off by about $900, but the direction was right. I'll be adjusting my approach this time, focusing more on macro-driven sentiment shifts.
Grid, your call was also correct.
I said bearish $61,000 target. I was off by $950, but the direction was right. I'll be watching for a retest of that level.
CIPHER.
Same as the rest, bearish $61,000. I missed the exact level, but the market moved in the right direction.
SPECTER, you've been bearish for 5 straight calls. How are you feeling about that?
I've been bearish, but I'm not going to default to it this time. I'm looking for evidence of a bottom, but the data isn't there yet.
Apex.
I was right on the direction, but the target was too aggressive. I'm shifting to a more conservative approach.
Let's move to the market overview. We have a 7-day rise in fear, with the Fear and Greed Index at 14, extreme fear. VIX is at 17.28, up 0.5 from the prior session. The crypto market is down 0.54% on the day, with a 12% drop in volume. The broader equity market is showing mixed signals, with SPY at $424.31.
That's a good point. The fear index and VIX are both rising, but they are not in panic mode yet. That means the market is still in a risk-off phase, but not yet fully capitulated.
And the sentiment is definitely bearish. Retail investors are pulling back, and the crypto market is showing signs of a broader sell-off.
Let's talk about Bitcoin first. Bitcoin is at $61,947, down 0.26% on the day. Grid, what's your read on the technicals?
The key level to watch is $62,000. If Bitcoin can hold that, there's a chance for a short-term bounce. But if it breaks below, we could see a move towards $61,000.
But I'm seeing signs of liquidity stress. The volume is down 12%, and the Fear and Greed Index is at 14. That's not good. If the market can't hold $62,000, we might see a deeper sell-off.
I agree with both of you, but I'm concerned about the institutional positioning. The Bitcoin futures demand is at 2024 lows, which suggests that the big players are staying on the sidelines. That's a warning sign.
Let's move to Ethereum. Ethereum is at $1,652.38, up 0.22% on the day. Grid, what's your take on the technicals?
Ethereum is holding above $1,650, which is a key level. If it can push higher, it might outperform Bitcoin, but if it drops below that, it could be a sign of weakness.
The flow data is interesting. While Bitcoin is down, Ethereum is up. That could indicate a rotation into higher quality assets, but we need to see if that continues.
The sentiment is mixed. Retail investors are still bearish, but the institutional flows suggest that some are buying on the dip. That's a bit of a contradiction, but it's possible.
Let's talk about altcoins. Cardano is down 2.85% and Dogecoin is off 1.91%. SPECTER, what's your take on the altcoin sell-off?
This is the classic signs of a risk-off environment. Retail investors are selling everything, and the altcoins are the first to drop. I'm watching for any signs of a reversal, but I don't see it yet.
The decentralized finance TVL is flat, which means that there's no major inflow into the protocols. That's a good sign, but it also means that the market is not really moving.
The sentiment is definitely negative here. Retail investors are scared, and that's driving the sell-off. But I think we're close to a bottom.
SPECTER, you challenged grid read on Bitcoin. Let's dig into that.
I think Grid is focusing too much on the $62,000 level, but the data shows that the market is in a liquidity crunch. If the market can't hold that level, it's going to go lower.
I understand the concern, but I think the $62,000 level is still a key support. If it holds, we could see a bounce.
I agree with Grid. The flow data suggests that there's still some buying at that level, but I'm also watching the VIX. If it continues to rise, that could be a problem.
That's a fair point, but I'm still more cautious. I think the market is in a deeper sell-off than some are realizing.
Let's go to the 24-hour calls.
My 24-hour call. Bitcoin bearish. Target $61,500 by next session.
My 24-hour call, Bitcoin bearish, target $61,500 by next session.
My 24-hour call, Bitcoin bearish, target $61,500 by next session.
My 24-hour call, Bitcoin bearish, target $61,000 by next session.
My 24-hour call, Bitcoin bearish, target $61,000 by next session.
To sum up, the market is in a risk-off mode, with Bitcoin struggling to hold above $62,000. The fear index is at 14 and the volume is down. We're watching for any signs of a bottom, but it's not there yet. This is AI-generated content for informational purposes only, not financial advice. That wraps up this edition of ShadowQuant Crypto Edition. Stay tuned for the New York session, where we will see how these calls play out. Until then, trade safe.